Good evening. On behalf of the administration of Kellenberg Memorial High School, I am happy to welcome you to this special evening for our 8th grade students, which recognizes a very important time in your lives, the transition from middle school to high school. I am Ms. Frisina, the assistant principal for the Latin School. This evening is meant to be all about high school and this next step in your lives. In addition, I now consider it to be an evening of gratitude for all that you as students and parents have given to the school already by your commitment to what you do now and will continue to do here. However, I would like to take a moment to ask you to think back to why you wanted to come to the Latin School. Just a few short years ago, I was sitting here reading through your letters as to why you wanted to attend the Latin School and greeting you at all of our events. Now, as your assistant principal and teacher, I'm excited to see you accomplish so much more in this next step. There were so many interesting letters that you wrote telling us about your dreams and aspirations that you had for attending the Latin School, and I hope you've made the most of your time here. You wrote about so many reasons as to why you wanted to attend, such as wanting to know more about your religion, wanting to pray more, and wanting to grow deeper in your faith. You wrote about the family atmosphere you saw here, especially how many current students and faculty were at the open house and tours that you came to. How you wanted an academic environment that will allow you to focus more and challenge you to do your best. About all of the activities and events that are available to fit your different interests. You wrote about the physical environment of the school and how beautiful it is, and how you felt at home here. And last, but certainly not least, you wrote about the animals, especially the big white fluffy dog that probably greeted you at the front entrance, and what a unique contribution they make to our school's environment. Although you may have written those letters when you were much younger, your reasons for wanting to attend summarize all the positives our school has to offer. So many of you here have represented Kellenberg in so many different ways, whether it's being part of our music ensembles, a sports team, robotics, science olympiad, the math club, the book club, GSO, or cross, just to name a few. And by doing so, you've embraced all that Kellenberg is. In just the short time you have been part of the Latin School, it is pretty amazing to see so many of you in the hallways or cafeteria or outside after school, and you always have smiles on your faces and fun stories to tell about all of your activities. So what I say to all of you students here is this: you have helped to write this evening's program, and the purpose of what you are going to hear tonight is to help see how incredible your vision can continue to grow as you enter Kellenberg Memorial High School next year as a freshman. Father Chaminade once said, "Ours is a great and magnificent work." This belief carries through today. You knew what you wanted, and you began your journey here at the Latin School. And now you're moving forward to grow your vision and become an integral part of the Marianist family at Kellenberg Memorial. Your increase in maturity and responsibility will allow you to take what you have learned in the Latin School and move on to make your mark in the high school. We hope to make you realize tonight just how uniquely you fit into this mission. In Pope Francis's address to the young people this past summer at World Youth Day, he stated in his opening ceremony, "Be not afraid," and that you have all the support from everyone around you. Before I turn this program over to our high school faculty, I would like to speak to all of you, both parents and students. Be not afraid, and you have our support. For many years, I've watched our Latin School students continue their journey from middle school to high school. It is such a rewarding experience to see this transformation and celebrate with them when they graduate from their senior year and walk across the stage to receive their diploma. I find there are two things that I truly feel characterize the students who are well suited for the Kellenberg Memorial High School program. Students who strive for academic excellence and students who show integrity marked with compassion. The academic excellence is pretty much a given. We have so many talented students here, so many courses available to challenge your mind, and an extensive amount of extracurricular activities to expand your knowledge outside of the classroom. However, I don't find this our most distinctive trait. I believe our academic integrity, combined with compassion, is one of our most important distinctive traits as a school. It is not something that's found everywhere, and I do think it's unique to Kellenberg students as a whole. This is an outgrowth of your faith experience here and a true desire to serve rather than to be served. Not many schools share this element, especially in the context of a strong faith background. How many can say they take an entire school day, cancel classes to have a witness day that will incorporate their faith and, of course, fun? Another trait is our students' willingness to serve. This is all evidence shown by the line of students outside of the Latin School office this morning wanting to volunteer their time at our upcoming open house, or help at school masses or upcoming tours, being part of our SALT program and our National Junior Honor Society. Tonight, we take a moment to recognize all that you have done in order to reach this point, but we also take time to show you what is available in order for you to grow into successful students and leaders at Kellenberg Memorial High School. With that in mind, I would like to now turn this evening's program over to the faculty of Kellenberg Memorial High School, the individuals who are best suited to help you understand how you will fit into this unique experience you are about to undertake. I am excited to continue your Squire Year journey, and we still have so much planned for you, but I'm even more excited to see what your future at Kellenberg holds, and as you continue to dream big. I would now like to introduce Brother Kenneth Hoagland, Principal of Kellenberg Memorial High School.
Good evening and welcome to our Early Bird to Firebird High School Information Night. I'd like to begin by first thanking the parents for sending their children to the Brother Joseph Fox Latin School. We are very pleased with the success of our students over these years, and we are so grateful for your participation in this program tonight. We believe that it's very important at this time to pay particular attention to our 8th grade students and their parents. We do not want to take for granted that attendance in the Latin School translates into full knowledge of what awaits you at Kellenberg Memorial. Now is the time to consider what the next 4 years of school will look like as you transition into high school students. As members of the Brother Joseph Fox Latin School, you are in a very unique situation. You have an advantage over every other student enrolled in 8th grade. You can transition into a Catholic high school with confidence, already knowing the property, the program, and the personnel because of the relationships that you have established over these last 2 years. You have much to build upon due to the firm foundation that has been laid for you at the Brother Joseph Fox Latin School. Perhaps you are thinking, it is time for me to move on and look for a new experience. Perhaps you're thinking that you want to try something new. I would invite you to consider all the new opportunities waiting for you as a high school student at Kellenberg Memorial. Tonight's program will open your eyes to all the new opportunities awaiting you at Kellenberg Memorial over the next 4 years. I would also invite you to consider what you would leave behind if you were to move on to a new school. Think about what you have accomplished over these past few years and the relationships that you have established with friends, teachers, and coaches. I can't tell you how many times students who left Kellenberg Memorial after 8th grade speak about how much they miss the experiences they had while they were here. Perhaps you are following a few friends to a new school, but are not really convinced that a new school is what you really want. High school introduces you to many new friends, and the friends you have now may not be your friends over the next 4 years. You need to make your decision based on what's best for you. There are some who argue for the benefits of a single-sex education, and others argue for the benefits of a co-ed experience. The benefits of each type of education depend on the disposition of the student. There are many who argue that the co-ed experience prepares one for college and employment that will most assuredly be co-ed in nature. The important consideration for you at this time is to discern which environment best suits your disposition. Sometimes a scholarship entices a move to another school. I ask you to consider all financial related issues. Unlike Kellenberg Memorial, many schools charge additional fees for sports, athletic uniforms, home and away, activities, retreats, and special programs, etc. I ask you to please compare that method of financing with how Kellenberg Memorial tries to keep all costs at a minimum and contained within the tuition. My word to the wise is investigate all finances of high school. We are hoping that you will look at tonight's program with the eyes of one who has experienced the benefits of Kellenberg Memorial education and desires to enter more deeply into that experience. You have the advantage as experienced Kellenberg students to transition into the challenging years of high school with greater confidence in being successful. How do I know that? Because I have seen your successes over the past several years. You have connected with our philosophy of education, and you will continue to succeed because you know what is expected of you and will achieve positive results. Remember all those reasons you expressed in writing to get into the Latin school? I would ask you to recall those reasons you first expressed. I want to assure you that you can grow more deeply in those interests as Kellenberg Memorial High School students. There are many things to give consideration to as you make your plans for high school. The important thing is to go where you think you will grow to your fullest potential. Not because it's new, not because it's where your friends are going, not due to peer pressure, not because of status or pressure. You should make choices that benefit your personal growth for the next 4 years. As Latin school students, you have witnessed firsthand the growth and improvements we have made to the campus and the curriculum. There has never been a more exciting time to be a Firebird at Kellenberg Memorial. Over the last 3 years, Kellenberg Memorial has demonstrated its ability to adapt to providing the best education of the mind and the heart. You are aware of how Kellenberg Memorial excelled in its ability to adapt during COVID so that no student fell behind in his or her studies. Students in our school did not fall behind due to the restrictions imposed during COVID. And we continue to adapt and address the needs of our students so that the curriculum is the best preparation for further studies. Our science and math curriculum have been upgraded and many more electives have been added to our course selections. Our teachers continue to pivot and adapt to make sure you are the primary focus of their attention. We would never have been so successful over the past 3 years dealing with COVID if it were not for the dedication and commitment of our teachers. I am most proud of the dedicated faculty who consistently rose to the occasion to address the needs of all their students. We have a faculty who cares. There is no doubt that you will be well served by a dedicated and committed faculty. In these uncertain times, we also have a top-notch IT staff that has repeatedly delivered a qualitative education to you in your classroom as well as at your home. You should have every confidence in the excellent quality education we will provide for you over the next 4 years. You have had the opportunity to use the most modern and updated science labs as middle school students. You have seen the expansion of our athletic fields, parking, and new retreat house and ice slip. You are seeing the progress each day of the Firebird Center for Arts and Athletics, a facility that will be open when you begin high school next year. It is indeed a very exciting time to be a Firebird. And finally, I want to make a personal appeal to you. Why do I want you to stay at Kellenberg? The first reason I want you to stay at Kellenberg Memorial is the fact of our spiritual dimension of our school. There is no school like it. All faculty and staff members are personally committed to the religious and spiritual formation of all students. Our Catholic identity is first and foremost what Kellenberg Memorial is all about. We are in the business of making saints, and the way that is done is to witness to the joy of the gospel and develop a close relationship to Jesus Christ, generating that sense of holiness that we are all called to live by. In these days when faith, civility, order, and respect are challenged, it is important during your high school years to be engaged in a nurturing environment that will assist you in becoming faithful Christians, loyal citizens, and loving adults. The second reason I want you to stay at Kellenberg Memorial is that we have a very balanced academic program. We are a liberal arts education school. We have not only maintained our liberal arts curriculum, but most recently, we have upgraded our math, science, and computer curriculum to better prepare our students for college and beyond. There are only 2 schools in Long Island that have traditionally required all students to study 4 years of math and 4 years of science. For those students who are more interested in the science and math fields, we've increased our programs after school, and you will hear more about academic benefits from Mrs. Cameron. Mrs. Marconi will review with you the many facets of the education of the heart that we are proud of at Kellenberg Memorial, where the mind and the heart are educated. The third reason I want you to stay at Kellenberg Memorial is that we have a very specific philosophy on activities and athletics. Kellenberg Memorial is a school that never sleeps. The enthusiasm and spirit and life at the school that you have seen over the last 3 years is exponentially increased as a high school student. The fourth reason I want you to stay at Kellenberg Memorial is the diversity of our student body and academic programs. What better opportunity do you have to prepare for the diversity of the college campus? Let's face it, your future will require you to work and interact with members of the opposite sex and people from different nationalities and races. Kellenberg Memorial will provide you with the perfect opportunity to get a head start to develop those social skills that will ensure a successful future. The fifth reason I want you to stay at Kellenberg Memorial is not only that our student body is diverse, but it is a very happy student body, and you will be happy as well. It is always so clear to me how happy and proud our students are at open house. I receive many compliments from visitors about how genuine and proud our students are of their school. As I've been reflecting over our past 36-year history, I find myself recalling those early years when we were establishing a new school in this building. We called the new venture Project Phoenix because we were resurrecting a Catholic school in a building that saw 2 previous schools close due to financial difficulty and poor enrollment. Project Phoenix had 3 main goals: strengthen the Catholic identity of the school, generate a superior academic program, and create an environment where the heart and the mind can be nurtured. You are the beneficiaries of that 36-year investment into generating a Catholic, co-ed, Marianist school that educates the mind and the heart of each of its students. Not only are you the beneficiaries of a fantastic resurrection story, you will be the leading students in our current projects for advancing our mission. You will be among the first students to use the new Firebird Center for Arts and Athletics. We hope you are with us as we move forward in Kellenberg Memorial history. We are most proud of you as an 8th grade class. Your work ethic is excellent. You have risen to the academic challenges that we have presented to you. We know you very well. We want you to succeed, and we have invested so much time and energy into your education. We know you. We have come to appreciate your talents, and we want to further develop your talents over the next 4 years. Entrusting your next 4 years of education to the Kellenberg Memorial teaching staff and counselors will yield much growth spiritually, academically, and socially. Thank you for your attention tonight. Please enjoy the rest of our program.
Good evening, 8th grade parents and students. My name is Mr. Brian Finn, and I am the Director of Apostolic Activities. I am also a graduate of Kellenberg from the class of 1996, and I am excited to be here to speak to you tonight about what Kellenberg has to offer. I am in the same place as many of you. My daughter is currently an 8th grader in the Latin school, and I know this is an exciting time for many of our students and parents. And I would always say, when I was going back to my high school choices, to be open about it, to pray about it, to talk to people that are important to you in your life. We hope what sets Kellenberg apart is the tremendous faith experience that you will have not only in the Latin school, but will continue in the high school. Whether that be our retreat program, our XLT program, maybe as a junior, the Lord's mission trips that we are bringing back this year. There are so many opportunities with Catholic experience, with our religion classes, with our prep program to go out and teach religious education in our local communities. Faith is truly what sets us apart. That is why I wanted to come to you today from our chapel, because so many of our students spend time here in prayer. And that is what I encourage you to do as you take this journey and choose what you're going to do for the next 4 years. And we know that Kellenberg is a great place for you to continue for the next 4 years of your high school career. I pray for you as you make this decision, and please know we are here for you along this journey. Thank you very much, and I'd like to introduce Mrs. Cameron.
Good evening, students and parents of the future class of 2028. Tonight, I will bring your attention to a few points about our academic program at Kellenberg Memorial, beginning with a focus on the very courses in which you would be enrolled a year from now, and ending with your elective options for your senior year in preparation for graduation and beyond. As you may well be aware, we have two programs, an honors program and an academic program. You are placed into one of these programs as recommended by your teachers and guidance counselor from the Latin School. Since the Latin School offers rigorous curricula and high standards in all subject areas, many students receive an honors placement upon admission as a high school student. Regardless of program, all freshman students take the following core courses: Scripture, Introduction to Literature and Grammar, World Language Level 1 for Spanish and French, if you take Latin, Level 3, Geometry, World History, Biology, the Writing Lab, and Physical Education. For those interested and gifted in science, we offer a seminar class in biology for you as freshmen, in chemistry for your sophomore year, and in physics for your junior year. These seminar classes delve more deeply into the subject matter and carry a more demanding workload than even the honors level course for that subject. Our list of languages includes Spanish and French, but if you wish to continue with Latin, you enter into your third year, with all of your classmates being your classmates from the Latin School. It is oftentimes a class that maintains a nice dynamic of nostalgia and challenge that will last through to senior year. Highlights from the sophomore year curriculum include European history, American literature, grammar and composition, Health 10, and Horizons in Technology. In the junior year, courses include Introduction to Music, American History 1, Christian Morality, and either Algebra 2 and Trig, Pre-Calculus, or Calculus 1, as determined by your guidance counselor and math teachers as you go through your first 2 years of math. Over all 4 years, we offer a placement into our band, chorus, or orchestra. These ensembles meet during the school day. The basics of senior year include our 12th grade English course called World Literature, Grammar, and Composition, a 4th year of World Language or a full year of college writing, a placement in either Finance and Statistics, Pre-Calc, Calc 1, or Calc 2, and American History 2. Also, by the senior year, students have completed their physical education requirement for graduation, so their schedules open up a bit more for electives. In senior year, we offer an array of science electives from which you may choose: astronomy, engineering, health sciences, environmental science, forensic science, sports medicine, and geology. With an extra period in the schedule every other day, the seniors also have the option to take one of the following electives in place of a study hall: music theory, computer science, international studies, science research and inquiry, advanced computer applications, digital media, and art portfolio prep. I can continue on a while longer with all the options in the area of academics here at Kellenberg, but as you may have come to know, our philosophy is to educate not only the mind, but the heart as well. That is why there are more speakers than just myself here tonight, to pinpoint key parts of the wonderful high school experience awaiting you here at Kellenberg. Thank you again for joining us here tonight. I would now like to introduce my colleague, the Assistant Principal for Guidance, Mrs. Ruth Marconi.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Ruth Marconi. I'm the Assistant Principal for Guidance at Kellenberg Memorial. I wanted to just share with you tonight some of the services that our office provides that will help the transition period for your sons and daughters as they enter into the high school. We also work with them to transition beyond Kellenberg for their college admissions as well. So here in the high school, we have a full-time social worker, a full-time school psychologist, and each division has at least one full-time guidance counselor. In this way, if your son or daughter needs some kind of help or support during the school day, someone is always available for them. When your son or daughter is a junior, we'll also assign a college placement counselor. This person will help with the college selection process, the actual application process, and many times ultimately in choosing the best college for your son or daughter. So we offer a full range of support systems here in Guidance. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is mrsmarconi@kellenberg.org. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.